Welcome to Granny Peach's Kitchen with Chris and Wood.
Today we're making rotisserie chicken in the oven. Hello, today we're making rotisserie chicken in the oven. I got my roaster pan out and we're going to do most of it in the oven with the lid on. We're going to do the other half, the other part of it with the lid off. We're going to use ground cayenne pepper. We're only going to use a little bit of that for a little bit of kick to it. We're going to use Montreal steak seasoning, smoked paprika. We're going to use thyme, Lawry seasoning salt, garlic powder, onion powder, and chopped onions. I'm going to put that in the bottom of the pan so when the juices are going, they can get all over it. So first I'm going to start by putting all of the ingredients, measuring the ingredients and putting it in this container to make a rub, and then I'll put the rub on. Once I do that, I'll show you what it'll look like. I'm going to oil. I pat dry the chickens, and I'm going to oil it with olive oil. And then what I'm going to do from there is go ahead and put my rub on. The rub will be in the descriptions. Don't worry. I'm going to put it in per chicken. Most people only cook one chicken. So we're going to put it in per chicken. If you do more than one chicken, you can double it. Okay, so now that we've massaged both of them very well, we're going to take and season very well with the seasoning. You might not need it all, but I'd rather have more than enough than not enough. And we're going to massage that in. So you get that pretty color on the outside, and you'll be very, very well flavored. And I'll show you what it looks like in just a moment. So for the rub, we're going to use 1 tablespoon per chicken of garlic powder. I'm going to use 1 teaspoon each of smoked paprika. I'm going to use a teaspoon of Montreal steak seasoning per chicken. I had a little overage from the other one. The thyme, I am going to use a 1/2 teaspoon per chicken. The onion powder, I'm going to use a teaspoon, a 1/2 teaspoon per. So I just put 1 teaspoon just to get it on out of there. And then for the Lawry seasoning salt, I'm going to use a teaspoon for each one. So I'm going to mix this rub up. I got this closed because I had an accident once before, so I had to close it up so it wouldn't open up on me the wrong way. But let me get this all open up here, and then I can go from there. We need it good and seasoned, well seasoned all the way around. We don't want it unseasoned. A rotisserie chicken is no good if it's not seasoned properly. That's the best part of the seasoning, is having it seasoned properly. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up really well so that all of the parts of this rub is mixed together well, right? So you can see, you see what it looks like when it's all mixed together really well. Move back a little bit, Chris. That's all of that. And then we're going to take and we're going to coat very well with the olive oil. So for each one, I'd say about a tablespoon of olive oil. And you just rub it really well, front and back. And because you're going to discard the olive oil, the rub after you get finished doing your chicken up, because you're going to get rid of the rub, you know, because I will be touching the chicken, I can't. It's nothing I can do with that anymore after that. So you're going to take the chicken. Okay, guys. So you see it's really not much left of this seasoning. And the chickens are seasoned very well on both sides.
And they smell good.
And they smell good, Monkey. Okay, I'm going to put a little bit of onion down in the bottom. It's already some juice from the water from washing the chickens up that's down in there. And I almost forgot, I wanted to put a little parsley over the chicken so it'll have another good flavor to it. You know what, I won't worry about that right now. But you could put parsley over it if you choose. I gotta go through some stuff to look for it. But at this moment, this is what my rotisserie chicken will look like in the oven. And I'm gonna put it in for an hour and a half. I'm gonna check on it after about 45 minutes. And then I'm gonna baste it with the juices that's at the bottom. I'm gonna go back over it. And then at 1 hour, I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna higher the temperature on the oven. I'm gonna have it at 350 to start with, and then I'm gonna take it up to 400 and cook it for about 20 minutes or so to see until it's done. Okay, guys, so we're at the 45-minute mark, which you can definitely see it's not ready yet, but we want to take and baste our chicken. You don't have to have a baster. You can do it with a spoon. It doesn't matter. You just go over the chickens. Give it some of its own natural juices. If it's not enough in the bottom, all you got to do is put a little water in it, and it'll mix right in because it's really oily. You see how thick that broth is, and you just put it over it. I'm gonna put it back in for about another maybe 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna do the rest of it on 400 so that it'll get darker. Okay, so now we've done an hour and 15 minutes. I'm going to take and baste the chicken again. I'm going to turn the oven up on 400. Let me turn it back. I'm going to turn it on 400. And I'm going to put it in there without the lid on. But I'm going to make sure I baste this chicken really well. And I'm probably going to do that for about a half an hour. And then we'll come back and see what we have.
Ready to...
Okay, guys, so I took a teaspoon of smoked paprika and I put it over the top. And then when I put it in the oven, it's going to cook from here. So I did a half a teaspoon of paprika over each one. So it's just another half teaspoon just to put over it for the color.
Ready to do the taste test.
Okay, guys, this is 20 minutes in the oven. We're going to do another 15 minutes and they'll be done on 400.
And guys, these look pretty. Good. Tasty.
We'll be back. Okay, guys, this is the rotisserie chicken. Oven style, oven made. I just cut the chicken and you see how juicy it is? You see the juice down in there? It's very juicy. Guys, the other chicken was a little bigger. I'm not for sure how much bigger, but it was bigger than the other one. I had to put it in for another 15 minutes on 400, and this is how she came out. Okay, guys, tell me how it tastes. You better blow it. It's hot.
It wasn't hot to me. It's not hot.
It's not hot? How does it taste, Blair Bear?
Okay. Chicken dance, chicken dance, chicken dance.
Chicken is his favorite. What you tell your subscribers and non-subscribers?
Like and subscribe.